Greetings and welcome, Father Ed Estock.
And Father Michael.
We are here, absent our third sidekick, Father Dominic, today. And we are anticipating, this is the weekly word, we're anticipating the great feast, the Christmas feast of the Epiphany. And you know that is the visit from the three wise men or magi or astrologers or whatever they were to the infant Jesus by following the star. And so they came from a long ways away, and Father Michael was suggesting that what they show us, just off the top, is
that when you encounter Jesus, you don't go back the way you came. You always find a new decisive direction in life.
right.
If you are authentically looking for Jesus and want Him, want what He's offering, then it changes your life and you go forward in a direction. I think on the other side of that coin, the foil to the wise men or the magi is Herod, who was also looking for Jesus, but for nefarious reasons that were no good, and that did not change his life for the better. So
that might be a great description for conversion in our lives, is that all of us who are seeking a deeper relationship with God in our lives, we have to go out of our way, maybe look in a different place, in a new place, for where God is manifesting Himself. And if we have an authentic encounter with God, we of necessity, we have to go forward differently. And that's kind of the basic, I think, plan of God for all of us. So, these epiphanies could be the sacraments. We're going to hear the confessions of our first communion kids this weekend of the Epiphany. And, maybe you remember your first confession, or maybe a confession that loomed large in your life and changed the way you went. Or maybe you remember your first Holy Communion. Most people, remember their first Holy Communion or confirmation or wedding day. I just had the wedding of my niece this past weekend, and that's a powerful opportunity to encounter the love of God in your life. And so all these epiphanies simply means showing all around, I would say. Epi is like universal, and epiphany, the fanny part of it, is a phantasm, is to show oneself. So to show oneself to all the world is really what happened on the Epiphany, because these wise men were from far away in a different religion, a different country, and a different mindset. And so they represent maybe the world. So maybe that would be a good thing for us in this new year to be looking for.
Because even if we are already following the Lord and pursuing the life of holiness and striving to know, love, and serve God, we still encounter Jesus in the sacraments and in pivotal moments in our lives, in someone who's hurting, in the stranger, in just a very deep and profound spiritual experience at Mass or the other sacraments that just sort of kind of elevates our insight or our understanding of the spiritual life to the next level. So it's not just the the epiphanies that draw us forward in life aren't just these walloping ones, that this complete conversion that gets us on track. And certainly when that happens, that's a very important epiphany in our lives. But then we keep moving forward through from grace to grace, I think as the saying goes. So even we should all be looking for those moments, those encounters in our lives, those epiphanies when we can continue to take a step up or a step forward with the Lord in the spiritual life.
I was talking with one of my cousins at the wedding this weekend, and we were talking about getting older, because we're the old generation now. And I mentioned to him that that was one of the things that I have noticed. I feel okay in my body and all that kind of stuff. I think my mind is relatively clear. But I do notice that at my age, I am more reminiscent, often about, my early priesthood and or my young adulthood and the various ministries and things that were important to me at one time, how they, at this season of life, they begin to be seen in perspective. But as Father was saying, to be able to see in hindsight how the Lord may have not it was no overwhelming thing, but you see the gentle nudges of the grace of God, in my case, the grace of ordination, and the sacrament, how it maybe I fought it at the same time. Several times, gracefully, I gave into it and followed it. So,
and most of them are small nudges.
Right,
Rarely is it like a St. Paul being knocked over,
right.
blinding light kind of thing. Most of the time, these encounters are small nudges.
Right. So take a look at your life. Take the long view and see how the Lord has brought you to where you're going, and then take the close-in view and say, well, where am I being called to new life and new way and now? Because God's never done with any of us, right? Right. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing our new St. Albert gear, and so I'll zoom in on that on the camera. You can go to our website, and they have jackets and T-shirts, sweatshirts, ball caps, coffee mugs. I don't know what else. So maybe you would like to start to don some new St. Albert the Great gear and maybe subtly proclaim the gospel with just what you're wearing on your back. All right, take care.